Hi everyone. So it took a pandemic and 2 gig-free years, but I have finally finished my album. Acid TripAdvisor will be out on Iboga Records in early February 2022. The album is going to consist of 12 songs, 8 of which are brand new to your ears and 4 have been previously released. It consists of a whole variety of moods, grooves and ideas, all tied together in the HEADROOM way. And if you'll indulge me, I'd like to talk about the tracks individually, so here we go. Track 1 is called Dropkicks. Dropkicks is all about vibe, the fun kind. Psy gypsy funk machine seems like a pretty good description. It's brought together by a winding bass, very crispy techie percussion, cheeky chords, and a melody that just makes you think that life's going to be okay. There's no ego here, it's just about vibe. So track 2 on the album is called Sawtooth Fairy, and this one's been pre-released, as many of you may know. It's already proven its value on the dance floor, and I wrote the song to address an issue in the scene which I felt was there was a very real lack of quirk. And so yeah, this track came together in a very fun, funk-fueled way and became known as the Sawtooth Fairy. So what I say to people now is just don't hesitate, detonate. Track 3 on the album is called Stimulation. Side tech acid house shouldn't work, but in this case it somehow does. This track is at home in a pub, club, outdoor dance floor, or anywhere that's got a pretty good subwoofer. Yeah, it's going to show you a great time, but it's not going to call you tomorrow. Just be warned. Track 4 on the album is 16-bit Masterchef. This is also a pre-released gem of a track. It's a sleazy sci-tech funk machine of a song with groovy, sleazy undertones. It shakes ass and takes names, so just make sure you've got a nicotine patch ready. You'll know it when you hear it. Track 5 on the album is called Y2K Hull. If you ever felt like you've been sucked in, taken for a ride and spat out, well, this track is exactly that. It's hypnotic and robotic and potentially the filthiest HEADROOM bass line ever, but you can decide that. Track 6 on the album is called Anxiety Society. I think over the last 2 years it's safe to say that we're all dealing with a bit of anxiety in our lives, so I thought why not add a little bit more with this low down dirty son of a beat. It's moody, it's broody, and if you ask me, just what the doctor ordered. Pair it with your favorite medicine and turn up the volume. Track 7 on the album is called Crystal Methodist. This track encompasses 2 things that I personally fear the most, which is meth and the church. Just joking aside, the psychoactive beat is far from attractive, so make sure you drop it with care and say your prayers. Track 8 on the album is called Hang Ups and Downs. This track has been pre-released, but I felt it was important to include on this album as it perfectly encapsulates what Headroom is about today. A infectious bass line kind of leads you into a rather gnarly track with some mind-melting leads, sinister FM bell tones. So doctor's orders on this one are probably listen twice a day after 6 p.m. and nothing more than that. Track 9 on the album is called Peking in Tongues. This track came from the jungle and brought the wild with it. Before you know it, you're going to be head deep in psychedelic, but loving it. I would say just ride it out, don't try fight it, just go with the flow. But if you do have an opportunity, befriend a shaman or a barman. Track 10 on the album is called Acid Trip Advisor. Emotion and psychedelic runs deep with this one. A tribal groove sucks you in and builds graciously and relentlessly towards a classical display of melancholy. I think this will be a firm favorite on the album. I think there's lots to take away from it, and if you get in trouble, just remember to break the glass. Track 11 on the album is called EDM DMA. This track is also a pre-released one. It has been a firm favorite in many sets of mine. It's all about emotion, melody, melancholy, and it's been known to cause many a euphoric climax. I would say make sure you've got a tissue handy and enjoy this ride. Track 12 on the album is called Unusual Suspect. It's unusual because, full disclaimer, this is not a psychedelic trance track as you know it. It's a much slower tempo, progressive song, but it's still got acid under its skin, and I really like it. It was my chance to just show a bit of artistic range and express some ideas I don't always get a chance to. And being an album, that felt like a good time to do it. I would say this is enjoyed best late on a Sunday afternoon or down at your local convenience festival store. Now that we're done, I just thought it would be a good opportunity to thank you for all this kind of continued support. I'm still able to do this today after what is probably 20 years, and that's magical. And I really do hope you enjoy something on this album. I feel like I wrote a little bit of something for everyone, which is important to me because as someone who likes a variety of music within Psy-trance itself, that's something I'm always looking for, and I hope that comes across that way. So if you enjoy the album, if you can, just support it in whatever way feels right to you. Share it, buy it, or do whatever you want with it. Just show some love, and hopefully you get to enjoy it. And that's the main thing from my side. So big thank you from Headroom, and also thank you to Iboga Records, my new home, for releasing it.